Hi, this is Dr. Dawn Buick of Triskalia Wellness, and today I am so excited to talk to you about exercise balls. You know, we hear a lot about them, we see them, but what do you do with one and how do you pick one out? So that's what we're going to go over today. So as you can see, I'm sitting on an exercise ball, and they come in all different sizes. So we've brought a small variety here for you today. So this is like a medium ball, this is a large ball, and this is a small ball. But how do you know which ball you want for you? So I'm going to have Elizabeth help me out on this. And Elizabeth is going to sit here so you can see. And as you can see, this ball is way too big for her. She can barely touch the floor, and so let's go ahead and size one to her. Let's go ahead and grab your ball. Perfect. Now what you're looking for is a ball that your knees slope down from your hip and your feet can rest comfortably at the floor, so your knees over your ankles is at 90 degrees. And you don't want the ball too firm because that would be uncomfortable. Is that comfortable for you?
Very comfortable.
Great, awesome. Okay, so now that we've picked out the right ball, this would be for like more of a medium to large size woman, or maybe a smaller man. A ball this size would be for more of a taller man. This is a 55 centimeter ball. This is a 65 centimeter, and that's a 75 centimeter ball. And the great thing about balls now is that you can get them most anywhere. You can get them at Amazon, you can get them at Walmart, you can get them at any kind of sporting good or athletic store, and they're really inexpensive, but there's so many great uses for them. So we're going to go over what I like people to do on an exercise ball is really low impact but super effective core exercise. So Elizabeth is going to demonstrate for us. Let me move over here so you can see her. Okay, so the very thing is that you want to sit comfortably but upright on your ball. You can see that if Elizabeth looks straight ahead there, her ear is over her shoulder, is over her hips. And so this is a good seating posture right here. So let's just warm up the pelvis a little bit before we begin to work. So what we're going to do is she's going to circle and imagine that your pelvis is trying to touch all four corners of the room, and go slow and mindfully. And if at any point any of these movements are sharp and painful, you want to maybe modify a little bit, maybe not go quite so large. All right, and then we want to switch directions. Make sure you go both ways. Perfect. Good. All right, and now we're going to just do some gentle pelvic tuck. So we're going to tuck in and back. And what this does is this is working your sacrum. The sacrum is the keystone or the end of where your spine plugs into your pelvis, and its job is to gently rock back and forth. And so what we're doing here is we're just warming up the entire pelvic girdle. Very good. Okay, so the reason that an exercise ball is better for these activities is because it forces you, one, to sit upright, because you can't really slouch well on a ball. You can, but you're not going to be comfortable, and you're going to have to modify, and you're going to roll off your ball. And two, it's going to force you to use more of your abdominals, and you're going to get a superior core workout because you're forced to keep better track of where you're sitting, and it uses a part of our nervous system called proprioception, which is where we are in space. And so with the ball, then you're using more of your proprioceptive system, engages more of your muscles, and gives you a more effective workout. So level 1 core work on an exercise ball is just lifting your leg up. So just straight ahead. And if you are balance challenged, I can see some of you are probably looking at this and being like, there's no way I could sit in a ball like that with my arms up at your sides. What you would do then is put yourself, let's go ahead and roll next to the wall. And you would have your hand against the wall and hold your leg up, and we're going to hold it to maybe a count of 10. And this may not look like much, but if you were on this ball doing this, this is actually quite a core workout. And then you bring your leg down and switch. And we probably do 3 reps of this per side, so you're doing a total of 30 seconds per leg, but in 3 10-second sets. All right, so let's go ahead and come away from the wall a little bit again, Elizabeth, and I just want to demonstrate one more thing and maybe face the camera. So what we'll do is go ahead and bring your leg out again, but bring your arms up at your sides. Okay, so that's that's using spreading out your space and make it a little bit more easy for you, but now bring your arms down to the ball And that's a lot more challenging because that's challenging your balance system. So you can vary the intensity of your workout. Go ahead and go with what's comfortable for you. And the most challenging would be with your eyes shut, but then you would want to be next to the wall so you could catch yourself. But that's like the 3 levels of challenging your balance system, okay? So let's go ahead and rotate again. And now we're going to go to level 2, or core exercise in the ball. Now this is bringing your legs up, but now you're going to do small circles. Good. Let's maybe do 5 circles per leg and then switch. Good. Excellent. Great. And let's, at home, you can just start with that, see how that feels. I would suggest doing 2 to 3 sets of 5 reps and just see how that feels to start, okay? All right, and then the final and third most difficult one now is you're going to do the alphabet. So this is only when you're completely comfortable on your exercise ball that you would do this one, because having to put your leg in so many different positions and challenging your brain is a much more difficult core activity. All right, very good. All right, so you get the idea of the 3 levels of exercise of your core on just lifting your leg up in the ball. All right, so now we're going to go to more of a classic crunch. So for this one, what I'm going to have Elizabeth do is roll back, and maybe come back just a little bit more. There you go. And balance where her pelvis is right here on the ball, but her head is supported with her hands threaded behind her back. Now, a lot of people think they know how to do a crunch, but they're actually doing it wrong. So what you do then is Elizabeth is going to fixate her gaze on the ceiling, and you're not going to curl up at all. She's going to go straight up. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, you come up just a little bit. So just the top ribs are coming off the ball, and then back down. So exhale up, inhale back down. As you can see, it's a very small movement, but what we want to do is target the upper abdominal muscles here. And so this is a very focused exercise that completely isolates the core. Now, to make this a little bit more challenging, what you would do then is contract your stomach and then perform the crunch. Now, that's not something you can see, but if you imagine, what I'm going to do is hold my fingers here and ask Elizabeth to contract those muscles and then perform the exercise. It's a more challenging core workout. Go ahead and relax. Now, another one you can do is if you stay in that position, sorry, Elizabeth, you rotate and go up to, let's say, imagine a knee. You're going to still try to do a small movement, but now you're adding a little bit of rotation in it. And that's going to target the obliques, which a lot of times we don't get to. All right, and we'll switch sides and do a couple there. Great. All right, and I would probably do 5 reps of that. See how you do with 2 to 3 sets, and then you can increment up from there, maybe go to 10, okay? All right, so the final exercise we're going to show you today is what's called Superman. And this is going to work on the backside now. Now again, this is a balance activity, so let's say if you're feeling not particularly, if you're a little balance challenged, you're going to spread your legs farther apart. But if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you bring them closer together. And you don't have to go up too high, just where you begin to feel the paraspinals contract. You want to keep your head level like she is here. You don't want to crane your neck back, and you don't want your head flopping down, so your neck is in line with your spine, and your arms are back at your sides. Perfect. And I would do 5, reps of that, and maybe 2 or 3 sets again, and just see how that feels. All right, go ahead, and you can come up the ball there. Perfect. Now lastly, another great use of the exercise ball is I recommend it as an office chair, because a lot of times if we have a regular chair like this, we'll tend to slouch in it. So you kind of cross your legs, get on the chair, you get your mouse, you're not really sitting very great. Maybe you even sit on your foot like I have a tendency to do. And you can see how over a day that could really add up. But if you sit on an exercise ball, you can see how you try to lean over. You really can't slouch on an exercise ball, and it's a core workout. Not only that, it's fun, because what's the funnest thing to do in an exercise ball? Is bouncing! So that makes work time more fun, and your pelvis is always in motion. Being static is not good. So anyways, we hope that you found this video informational and fun, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day.